Hey guys, VR&R back today. We're going to get on a new video today. And once again, we're going to be working on the Yamaha Warrior 350. And today, we're going to be covering your clutch basket and your complete clutch basket assembly. And we're going to show you guys how to get this thing ready to go, how to get this thing cleaned up and inspect it for damage or wear. So, I'm going to get you guys set up and I'm going to show you guys what we got going on today. Alright guys, now that we're set up, I'm going to show you guys what we got working with. So, when I removed them from the bike, I just shoved them in bags because I knew I was going to have to go through them later. And now it's the point in time where I'm going to have to go through them. I just took them apart. This is a good way to know where everything get. You take a zip tie and you just put it right through and it'll keep everything right in place for you. So, the first thing we're going to want to look out for is you're going to want to check for damage on your basket. Right around here on these teeth. Sometimes that they will break off or they'll be worn unevenly. So let me take this thing apart. Let's get this zip tie off here and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. You got your nut and then your keeper for your nut. Just lay that there. Get that out of the way. And on the back side, you have this. Go ahead and take your clutch basket out. Like that. I have to keep just go ahead and take the clutch plates out. Should be a spacer in between both of them, or all of them I should say. Inner clutch basket. And then the actual clutch basket itself. Alright guys, once you get the clutch basket all taken apart, you're going to want to take your clutch basket itself and you're going to want to look through and you're going to want to check all these teeth. You're going to want to make sure none of them are broke off, none of them are cracked. Everything looks pretty good here, it's just really filthy. Yeah, this looks good. It's just dirty. So, that should be good to go. And then you're going to want to take your clutch plates. And you're going to want to look at them and make sure that they are not cracked, broken, or anything. And you're going to want to keep them in order so that you know how they go back together. So you're going to have a clutch plate, a spacer, a clutch plate, a spacer, clutch plate, a spacer. I think you get what I'm saying. So these guys all look pretty good. I don't see anything weird about them. Just set that over there. Yeah, these all look pretty good. So we're gonna get these while we're going through and cleaning everything else up and getting everything ready to be put together. We're gonna put these in a Ziploc and soak them in oil and clean oil. Alright guys, got my Ziploc. We're gonna go ahead and toss these clutch plates in the bag just like that. And then you can it doesn't really matter what oil you use. I wouldn't use something too thick because that'll make them stick together. I'm just going to go ahead and grab... Alright guys, I'm just going to go ahead and use what I have left over from my last oil change. It's just 10W30 synthetic, Mobile 1. Shouldn't hurt nothing. I'm just going to take that. Hopefully the bag has no holes in it. We're just going to dump that in there. Just like that. Seal that up good. We want to let those guys just soak. You can go ahead and let those guys soak and then just put them off to the side. Alright guys, while the clutch plates are sitting there soaking, we're going to go ahead and go through. I don't know if you guys can see, but these parts are filthy. They're just covered in bearing material and it's gross. So we're going to go through, I'm going to do a time lapse and we're going to clean this all up for you. Alright guys, we got all our parts out of the parts washer, and I'll tell you what, there's such a huge difference from when you get all that grease and filth off there. I found a bunch of metal inside this race in here, so you're going to want to make sure you got that all nice and cleaned out and make sure that there's no damage to the inner race of this clutch basket itself. But yeah, everything cleaned up pretty damn good. So I'm going to get the engine and everything set up, and I'm going to show you guys how to install it. Alright guys, got it all set up. Now I'm going to show you guys how to start installing this onto your engine. So you're going to want to start with this race right here. This goes right over the shaft like this, right to the back. Then you take the clutch basket. Clutch basket itself slides on. Line the teeth up. There you go. Alrighty. Alright guys, then once you get the basket on, you're going to want to take your spacer, slide that guy on, and now we're ready basically to put the inner basket on and assemble the clutch plates. Alright guys, now you're going to take your outer basket, you're going to set it down like this. You're going to take your oiled fiber plates, and it's going to go fiber plate, steel ring, fiber plate, steel ring. Yeah, it's gonna get messy, but. And then on your third fiber plate, you're gonna take this guy. You're gonna go ahead and set him in there, just like that, and then just keep going. Right, fiber plate, steel ring, here we go. And then on the fifth fiber plate, you're going to put your cushion. Once again. Like that. Steel plate. Fiber plate. Steel plate. Fiber plate. And there we go. There's all of them on there. Alright guys, once you got all your plates on there and everything, you're going to take the inner clutch basket, and now remember what I said about that arrow. You're going to want to line that arrow with the other arrow, wherever it is. Oh, my finger. Alright, just like that. Alright guys, then you're going to want to go ahead and slide it's going to be a little bit of a trick because you got to line up all yeah. Get them all in there, just so. Just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and get our springs and bolts and pressure plate. Alright guys, now you're going to go ahead and take your lock washer. You're going to line it up with this notch. replace this if it's damaged severely. This one's pretty good, so go ahead and do that. Grab your nut, tighten that guy up, and it said in the manual to torque this to 53 foot-pounds. So let me get my torque wrench and we'll do that. Alright guys, once you got your nut tightened down, torqued down, you're going to want to take these tabs, bend them in with a pry bar, which I just did. And your clutch basket should be fully in. And now we'll go ahead and get the pressure plate and springs in. Alright, sorry guys, I had a little bit of confusion going on there, but we're going to start off, you're going to put the springs on here. You're going to take this guy, you're going to take your bolts, you're going to have to apply a little bit of pressure to get these guys started, not too bad though. Keep your springs lined up. And then you're going to go ahead and tighten all these guys to 7.2 foot-pounds. Just get these guys tugged down, get some spring tension on them. And then we'll grab our torque wrench again, and we will torque these puppies down. Alright guys. So, to hold this gear from spinning, don't do what I do, but this, I mean, it's only 7 foot-pounds. I'm not going to break any teeth or anything. So, I'm just going to go ahead and, good, 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 good. This torque wrench is sloppy. Let me get a new one. But pressure plate bolts are all torqued down, so on to the next part. Alright guys, last step, you're going to take your push rod, your bearing, push rod, bearing, push rod. It just sits in there like that. And there you have it guys, fully assembled clutch basket. Looks pretty good. Hopefully it runs. Alright guys, once you got your bearing in and your push rod, you're done with your clutch basket. So now we're going to move on to putting on the outer case and the gasket. So you're going to have a dowel pin here and here. This one's stuck. Just slide that guy in like that. Now we're going to take our gasket, see how that guy goes. Just like so. Just like that. Looks pretty good. And we'll take our case, our outer case, just take that guy and just line up your dowels. Might take a little bit of finagling, but there you go guys. I'm gonna get the hardware in this. So I'm gonna end the video here, but yeah, got that whole side case done. Thanks for watching guys. Hope you enjoyed.